Hi, I'm Brainy Beaver, and welcome to the channel that does the stupidity what... Oh, shit, he's coming.
What the actual... Who let the fucking beaver in here? Smells like maple syrup and desperation. Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what George did to Lenny. Welcome to the first video of 2020, and before we get started, the results of the 6th annual Dumb Fuck of the Year awards are in. Let's go over to Red's Rhetoric to find out the result.
The winner of the 6th annual Dumb Fuck of the Year award is... Anthony Riley!
No!
What?
Recount.
Holy shit!
Yes, we did it. After 4 years of being nominated, he's finally won. A 10th place, 2 second places, and now he finally gets the recognition he deserves. Sleeping Warrior is officially the dumbest fuck of the year 2019. To see the entire award ceremony, check out the link in the description. And before we get on with the episode, Mr. Dumb Fuck of the Year says that he won't debate me unless I admit gravity isn't a force. Well, Riley, this is just for you. Gravity is not a physical force. There. Are you happy? Stop being a coward and agree to debate me. Now on with the show. Flat earthers are all stupid. I mean, like, really fucking stupid. We all know this by now. But another common trait among flat earthers is just generally being a horrific person. One Flerf that personifies this is a British flat earther that did the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
It immediately was a eureka moment. I mean, I literally went and woke my wife up and told her that the earth was flat.
You never wake a sleeping woman? If I woke my wife up to tell her that I thought the earth was flat, well, I wouldn't have a wife anymore. And I'd have got kicked in the dick. What is wrong with you? Yes, that's right, folks. Brainy Beaver has joined me to tell you all about an idiot called Nathan Oakley for episode 36 of Flerfs Are Idiots.
We're living on a disc, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Thank you for joining me once again for a look into the mind of someone who has gone through reverse evolution. Nathan Oakley is a bit of a dick, and that's probably the nicest thing I can say about him. He's a cunt, like a proper cunt, and holds what he calls the flat earth debate regularly. It's not so much a debate, more him shouting over people and using his mute button when he doesn't want to hear an answer. Let's take a look at a few times he's displayed his fantastic personality.
Heliocentric model isn't open, did somebody say?
Yeah, so Earth is considered a closed system by physics.
Oh, really?
Oh.
How did Voyager get out then?
And you don't understand what a closed system means. Well done.
Sorry, did you not hear my question?
Wow.
Did you not hear my
I
question?
can't wait
Don't
for this.
question what I don't know, whoever's speaking. I asked a question, I'd like an answer. How did Voyager get out if it's closed?
A closed system doesn't mean that...
I didn't ask what a closed system was.
Yes, it
Are you
does.
deaf? Are you deaf? Quickly, we're into globe head
I'm also
obfuscation.
not stupid, Nathan, and I'm also not a dick.
Well,
But,
then
you know,
answer
carry
my
on.
question. If it's
I just
closed,
did.
how did Voyager get out? I'd like an answer to that. Not an education of
My
what open and
answer to
closed
that
is.
is
I'm
a
still
closed
speaking.
system doesn't
I'm
mean
still
anything
speaking.
can't
You are a
escape.
dick. Because I'm still speaking, dick. Yeah, I don't need an
Oh,
education.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Oi,
realise
dick!
that you lacked manners as well as intelligence.
Yeah,
Oh, he's a lovely guy, isn't he? Seems like an easy person to have a conversation with, right? Obviously that was sarcasm. I know most of you will realise this, but some flat earthers do watch my channel, so I feel like I had to spell it out. Thing is, Nathan, you do need to be educated about what a closed system is, because the Earth is classed as a closed system. Just this doesn't mean what you think it means. The Earth is a closed system where materials cycle between the lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. The majority of the time, no matter, only energy enters or leaves a closed system. The frequency of matter entering or exiting the system is so sparse that Earth is still considered a closed system. What you're thinking of is an isolated system, where nothing ever leaves or enters the system. You bellend.
Yeah, you do lack manners, you're talking through me. I'm having to raise my voice because you're continually talking through me before I finish my statement. I don't
Well, I
need...
answered the question,
And there you go again,
and I
like a
didn't.
dick talking through me. Dick.
I know,
So,
it's a bit of a
rude.
problem when you-
Rude. You've got no
Listen, you don't
manners,
like it when
dick.
people give you
You've
your
got no
own message,
manners,
do you?
dick. Yeah, you're being rude.
I'm
I
giving
still
you
haven't made my
Nathan Oakley's
statement
dick
unimpeded,
medicine. There you
dick.
go, mate.
Yeah, you're a very rude man. You've got no manners, no tolerance for other people making statements you can't answer. So you need to dance around and obfuscate the fact that Voyager is claimed to have left. Yeah, you're not listening to me, are you, dick? So let's pop you on mute, arsehole.
Oh, nothing to debunk here. Just, well, he's a nice guy, isn't he? Needs to use the word dick a bit more, though, I think.
Yeah, it needs to be closed. It must be closed. We are in a closed system on account of the fact that we have gas pressure here. Without the container, there could be no gas pressure. And we definitely experience gas pressure. Beyond the experience of gas pressure, which requires a container, I have no idea what the sky is.
You've no idea what the sky is. Even my 6-year-old daughter knows what the sky is. Nathan Oakley, you're dumb as fuck. And as for gas pressure existing without a container, that's easy. Not all forces are a physical thing. For instance, this is the inside of a nuclear fusion reactor. Inside this chamber is a vacuum of 10 to the negative 11 torr. That band of glowing blue you see is gas pressure being held in a vacuum without a physical barrier of any kind. Just some clever electrical and magnetic forces containing the ionized gas making gas pressure next to a vacuum. Moving on, let's look at the time he didn't know what Jupiter was.
So you say scarred in this claim to be second law of thermodynamics violation, gas giant in a vacuum, but it's got weather patterns next to the vacuum that are now getting scarred. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okie dokie.
Now, Mr. Personality here is talking about Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 that broke apart in Jupiter's orbit in 1992 and collided with the gas giant in 1994. Let's address the fact that he's calling the largest planet in our solar system a second law of thermodynamics violation. He's basing this on his toddler-like understanding of that specific law, which he thinks means high pressure always moves to low pressure. It doesn't. The second law of thermodynamics states that the total entropy of an isolated system can never decrease over time and is constant if and only if processes are reversible. And as we've already discussed, Earth is a closed system, not an isolated one. Jupiter is the same. Also, there's a little thing holding that gas giant together. Any idea what that is? Desert file?
Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
Oh, no, we're not looking for an explanation. We would like a cause of the scarring in the weather patterns of the thermodynamic violation that is Jupiter. So, a cause. What caused the scars? Now, according to the presupposition in this article, it's an impact, correct?
Yeah. So, you don't understand how a massive space rock colliding with a gas giant can leave scarring? Well, that's because you're an idiot. The comets explode, leaving particulates and changes in temperature. As the comets reach the Jovian atmosphere, they encounter friction, which creates heat and pressure in the comet, and boom. You not understanding something isn't a valid argument against it, you fuck nugget.
A collision. So it's saying they collided. That's what the cause is. The two things interacted physically. A physical collision. They collided. Well, if that's our presumed cause, definitely not valid at this stage, how would we validate a hypothesis?
I know. I'll wear a white coat and I'll tell everyone it's science, and that makes it science.
No, Riley, we all know what happened last time you put on a white lab coat.
This is my egg.
Well, I can't argue with you there. That certainly is an egg. Let's move to another one of Nathan's flat earth debates, where he thinks Simon Dan got something wrong.
There we go. Perfect. So what we've got is we've got a tractor pulling along a dude who's bouncing up and down on a trampoline. Now, I haven't got the full context from Simon Dan, but what my question would be is, given that there's claimed to be a Coriolis deviation to prove that Earth is rotating underneath, say, a gyroscope or a pendulum or a bullet. The idea is that you see a deviation to prove Earth spins. So my question would be, what precisely is the deviation that we are looking at here to compare it to the claim to be Coriolis proof that Earth's supposed to have, but we don't see?
Nathan, you absolute fuckwit. You expect to see Coriolis effect from that? Do you even know what Coriolis is? What am I saying? Of course you fucking don't. That guy is in the air for about 2 seconds at a time. And this is an example of the conservation of momentum in a linear fashion. That tractor is driving forward, and as the person hits the trampoline, they are also given that forward momentum. You expect to see an effect from Coriolis in 2 seconds? Dumbass. And which way is he driving? Is it north to south? Is it east to west? These things matter when talking about Coriolis. You may be having a laugh, Nathan, but we're all laughing at you. All of the time.
Is this an example of us not seeing deviation? Because Earth's supposed to have a Coriolis deviation, 15-degree turn an hour under the gyroscope. Well, this is a demonstration of a guy and the tractor not going underneath him. So I don't really understand what you're trying to prove here, Simon Dan. Is it that you're trying to defy Coriolis deviation with this demonstration? Because Earth's supposed to have a deviation.
You've no idea what the Coriolis force is, do you? Coriolis is a 15-degree drift under a pendulum. No, none of that was right.
Each frame would be the frame of reference that's turning in the Coriolis effect underneath the inertial reference frame. So the claim from Globe Earth is that you fire a bullet and Earth rotates underneath it. Or you throw kick a ball, in the case of Neil deGrasse Tyson's example, and Earth and goalposts rotate underneath. That's the claim that's supposed to prove Earth spinning, the deviation that you see as Earth rotates underneath. So I'm at a loss as to what this is claiming to prove, given that the claim of proof that Earth spins is a deviation called Coriolis force.
Whoa, nearly an entire minute of you not understanding Coriolis force. Please, Nathan, just go to the remedial classroom.
Alright, you bunch of window lickers, settle down and shut up. I know you're all very excited and proud of Mr. Riley for winning Dumbfuck of the Year 2019. Is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Riley? You can have a few seconds to give a speech. Well, that was the most intelligent thing I've ever heard you say. Alright, Coriolis effect. As the globe is spinning, that means if you slice the globe into layers, the outside rim of those layers will be travelling at different linear speeds. The Coriolis force is simply the conservation of momentum. If you fire a cannon from the equator facing north, its initial velocity is 1,000 miles per hour east to west. As it travels north, it moves into an area with a linear velocity of less than it started with, meaning it will drift ahead of the rotation as it maintains its original momentum. That's all for tonight. Mr. Riley, congratulations on winning again. Now fuck off.
Well, hello there everyone. I'm Brainy Beaver. It's a crap name, but I started the channel that way, so here we are, and now I gotta own it. Well, I was really excited when Fight the Flat Earth invited me for another collab with him, but I was a little bit concerned, I won't lie. I mean, with his growing, more successful YouTube channel, it's hard to get a hold of him sometimes. Turns out that's not actually the problem. He's too busy playing, was it Beat Saber? Or... No, hey, sorry, it was Quidditch. That's right, it was Quidditch. Oh, fuck, there he goes now. Well, since he's off doing that, I'll just get rolling. He asked me to do Nathan Oakley. I mean, Nathan fucking Oakley. Okay, guy's an idiot and a right terrible person, so I do understand he needs a good flogging, but he's just so boring. I had to listen to his streams. It was terrible. Why would you do that to me? I have a video where a guy talks all kinds of shit about airplanes. He knows nothing about what he's talking about, but no, you'd pick Nathan Oakley. That way, when I was done listening to him, I'd need soul replacement surgery. Ooh, maybe we should crack out some crystals. No. There's no time for that. You want to see more of that, you come to my channel. This is about Nathan, damn it. Boring old Nathan. But anyways, if you've never listened to Nathan Oakley, then I would consider that a gift from whatever deity you subscribe to. Because on that note, just buckle up. You're about to get a lesson in how to be both a terrible person and a terrible debater.
Get, say, north or south winds from, given that it's only travelling with the Earth in the direction of Earth spin. You see, north winds and south winds, and indeed westward winds, would debunk that notion, wouldn't they, George?
No, actually not. If you have the surface, you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it.
Right,
if you have the surface of the Earth and it's rotating west to east and the atmosphere is rotating with it, within this air mass, you can have independent air masses acting independently of the rotation as a whole. As a whole, these air masses move along with the rotation of the Earth, but because of energy from the sun, these things can develop independent motion on the order of, hundreds of, 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, or whatever. They act.
Terrified of me talking. He has to talk indefinitely while I talk. He's terrified of me. So, George, you just said they go independently of the Earth. So either
I said they can. Oh, Jesus.
You did.
I said they
going out live.
You have air masses and water masses within
this mass
that can act somewhat independently, not totally independently, just a little bit independently, so that they can create movements that are.
That travels with the Earth, and he's also declared that it travels independently. So which is it, George?
Not totally independently.
Totally independently. It's either independent of it or it's not.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. George, if you can shut up long enough to listen and not rumpus me because I'm demolishing you, they are independent. Gas is not bonded to itself, let alone to the Earth, George. It couldn't possibly be carried along. That's an absurd thing to say, especially given that we don't just have wind travelling in the direction of the Earth. We have it in multiple directions.
Now, what you are seeing is Nathan Oakley's shit-stained debate special, where he simultaneously asks a question and proceeds to talk over the answer without allowing them to flesh it out. This is a tactic, because while Nathan says that George is terrified to let him speak, the reality is that what he is doing is not allowing a progression that would force Nathan to answer or acknowledge anything. Now, George is becoming flustered, and the issue here is that George needs to wake up and see that Nathan doesn't care about the truth. I'm gonna get to that, but first I want to address a few things. Why does the idea of the atmosphere spinning with the globe scare them so much? I know every one of you has spun a cup of water. What happens? At first, it only swirls a little. But the longer you spin that cup of water, the same speed, let's say maybe one rotation per 24 hours even, nice and slow, eventually it would be the same speed. And why wouldn't it? The friction on the water is acting as they bump along molecule to molecule and slowly start to get together and move as one. And as for the air not being bonded and not being able to be carried along, I mean, okay. But when Nathan comes home from a long day of working, and turns his fan on to dry his sweaty taint, how exactly does he think the air gets from the fan blades to his stinky wet taint? Magic. The molecules are pushed using friction by the fan blades. As each molecule bumps into the next, it creates a bump along effect that gets everyone moving as a team. There is pressure involved, but how do you think pressure works to move shit? Now, I'm very quickly going to show you a video by Cat Earth where he outs Nathan and Sleepy for coaching each other on what not to say. I smell a Poe.
Later on, Riley started talking to Nathan, and he was screen sharing. Now, the audience couldn't see it because Nathan usually has his the picture of the sunset that proves globe Earth and disproves flat Earth that he always likes to sort of have on the screen at all times, which is kind of ironic. But I could see it, and I started to screenshot it, and I'm going to read a little bit of it to you now because it's very interesting. So here we go. So it says, "Stop. Don't talk about the lighthouse. Don't talk about the effing light from the lighthouse one. It's a trap. I understand the trap now. Big trap one." Riley says, "Go on." The lighthouse projection is 21 miles from the lighthouse, so it's 10 miles. I can't do it. So it's 10 miles away, not 31. So it proves the bulge. The light is focused at 21 miles out to sea. So he says it proves the bulge. Ah, I see. And here's a killer. Here's a killer comment. So it's the question of, does the light come to the eye, or does the eye see the light? I'll let you think about that one. Does the light come to the eye, or does the eye see the light? Anyway, like.
Good afternoon, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, canines and felines. Welcome to a part 2 of a Fight the Flat Earth discussion.
You're a fucking idiot! This needs to stop! Now!
By saying that we don't have to have fights.
That's not the one. Here we go. No, the light it produces is 10 miles from you at a height of 220 feet. Perfect globe proof. They are Nathan Oakley's own words at 11:04, at whatever the date was. Doesn't matter. Who cares? I'll figure it out if anyone cares. Probably no one cares. But look, perfect globe proof. There you go. There you go. Nathan Oakley himself. So there you have it. You have Nathan Oakley in the back chat, talking to Riley, explaining his weird behaviours and his outbursts because he's trying to stop a point being made. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what his point is. I don't know what he's talking about, to be fair. But that's not, whether he's right or wrong, whether it's a globe proof or it proves the bulge, or he's right or wrong about this is irrelevant. He thinks he's right, and he's hiding it. He's hiding what he thinks is the truth. He's hiding a proof from you. I mean, how can you trust a truther who does that? A so-called truth channel? Well, I guess he probably wouldn't even call himself that. I don't know what he's doing.
So now that we've seen how Nathan likes to yell and stymie his opponent to stop a point from being made, we can watch the next clip. This has a cringe warning on it.
Looking over water.
No, it's not straw man. You've just asserted the obstruction is caused by Earth curve. So, let's see you draw that logical connection. This is you being raped. Let me pin you down, Tim. Let's all hold his arms while I him. Yeah, Tim, this is you being. This is you being, Tim. And you can try and rumpus, scream all you like. This is me holding you down and inserting It's me inserting your axiom. Yeah, you squeal, little piggy. Squeal while I you with your R presupposition, your axiom, and your presupposition of an R value that you need to Oh, have you dropped again, little boy? Bye,
I'm still
Timmy.
here. I'm just waiting for you, bud. Just waiting for you to tucker out.
Now, isn't it? Because you desperately want to avoid presupposing R, don't you, Tim?
All right, done. All right, so Ranty, what do you think about this?
No, Ranty. The one that's actually going to is me. Yeah, me. I'm the one you, Tim, with R. Your axiom, your presupposition, Tim. So. Yeah, I'm holding you down while you squeal. You squeal for Ranty to come to your assistance. Yeah. It's me. I'm the one holding your ankles down. Yeah, you want to mute me, do you, you little bitch? You want to mute me, do you, you little bitch? Yeah, you can't. I am you, Tim. This is me holding your ankles down and forcing your religious belief up you. You take it, take it. Squeal, little piggy.
Anyway, later,
squeal.
Guys.
Squeal
Later.
for me, you little piggy. Bye-bye, Timmy. Yeah, didn't want to take the... I don't blame you.
Nathan, are you done yet?
What?
I said, are you done yet?
Did you just ask me if I'm done?
No, don't!
You obnoxious little prick.
Then he gets mad.
I missed that. I won't talk back anymore. I'm sorry. Just don't hit me anymore. Well, I think that's probably it for me. Only thing left now is for me to wait patiently for my own VR headset to ship. It still hasn't shipped.
Nathan, question. You ready? How do you convert meters into kilometers?
I don't know. How do you convert meters into kilometers?
What's the correct way?
You tell me.
The correct way is divide meters by 1,000. You didn't do that.
So if you have a meter and I divide that meter by 1,000, you don't think that would give you millimeters?
Meters into kilometers, Nathan.
You just said
That's
you
what I'm
divide
talking
meters by 1,000 to get kilometers. So you're saying I divide something that is 1 meter long by 1,000, and that will come out to a kilometer value.
Nathan,
it sounds
let's keep
like
on- let's
it
keep
sounds
on
like
track,
you
let's
are
keep on
quite
track.
literally retarded with that
Let's
statement.
keep on track.
You do not divide
Let's
meters
keep on track.
to come out with kilometers.
Why?
Me convirtió la...
Why did Chris Monk multiply meters by 10,000 when he should have divided them by 1,000?
Sorry, did you just do it again? Did you just say that you divide a number that is in meters to come up with a value in kilometers? Is that what you are now asserting for a second
correct.
time?
Why? Why did Chris Monk multiply meters by 10,000 when he should have divided by 1,000?
Why would you divide a value that is given in meters to come up with something larger, i.e. kilo, meaning
Because, Nathan,
thousands?
because... Of course, the thing you don't understand is that it's a ratio. Did you do maths at school?
Yeah, I'll ask you a third time. Why would you divide a meter value when trying to come up with a larger value? Dividing something makes it smaller.
And that is all the stupid that I can take for today. But just before I go, I want to say a massive thank you to all my patrons. It's thanks to the support and generosity of you guys that I'm able to do this full time, bring you great content and continue to fight the stupid. Patrons get to vote on what each episode of my series Stupid Humans will be about, early access to some videos and the chance to come on some live streams. Your support is amazing. To join, go to patreon.com/FTFE. And thank you. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss anything from FTFE. A big thanks to Brainy Beaver for helping me out on this one. You guys should totally go and subscribe to him as well, you know, before he starts crying. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flatter. Fight the flat. 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 Fight the flat.
Hey, if you enjoy the Beaver as much as I do, then you should click that link right there and see a new video I've got out right now.